Hey Arnold, what movie did we just go watch?
Get out.
What he said. What's up, Throttlers? Aristotle Full Throttle, and this is my review for Get Out! If you enjoy my movie reviews, remember you can subscribe at any time during this video, like right now. Hint. Alright, this movie is written and directed by Jordan Peele of the famous Key and Peele comedy duo. And this is his first foray into writing, directing a feature movie. This is a Blumhouse feature, so you got an idea of kind of what you're expecting when you go into it. This is definitely a suspense thriller. It stars Daniel Kaluuya and his girlfriend Rose, played by Allison Williams, and they're going out of town so that he can meet her parents for the first time. They're going to spend the weekend. And he's a little bit nervous because, you know, he's black, and she and her family are all white. They're all white. They're not alt-right. They're all white. And hey, we've all been there, a little bit nervous to meet our significant other's family, and he's a little bit extra nervous because they don't know that he's black, so he's a little extra trepidatious. She reassures him that her family's totally cool and not racist at all. So they go to this lavish, secluded estate, which is her parents' house, and her dad's a neurosurgeon and her mom is a psychiatrist, hypnotherapist, and the dad works extra hard to prove that, you know, he's hip, he's cool. But Bradley Whitford actually does a really good job at being charming and ingratiating. But they happen to notice that Chris is a smoker, so the mom offers her hypnotherapy skills to help cure him of his cigarette addiction. But when he gets hypnotized, it's way more than he bargained for, considering the fact that he didn't even bargain for it. And our main character Chris starts to notice that the only black people are around are the help. So he starts to think that something's up here. Especially when the parents throw a big party for a huge annual get-together with various associates. Things start to become real bizarre, and Chris realizes he needs to get out!
Get out!
Thanks for that. At first, it seems like it's a typical love story. You can really feel the bond between the two main characters, but the movie does take a sharp turn. So the main character, Chris, is by far my favorite. He's played by Daniel Kaluuya. Sounds like something you put in a White Russian. The dude is from London, and I couldn't even detect an accent whatsoever. He's very, very convincing, and he's very, very relatable, and the dude who plays his best friend is hilarious. He provides much-needed comic relief, which kind of shifts the tone of the movie here and there, because the movie is very dark, but whenever that guy is on screen, I was laughing. He works for the TSA. This movie makes a little bit of a commentary on the TSA, almost making it seem like it's not completely useless. Almost. Oh, I love the TSA. Here's a video of me being taken to a back room and searched by the TSA. Cause hey, who knows what I could be smuggling in this fro? What I like about this movie, it's a very relatable situation when you first have to meet your significant other's parents, but this is compounded by race, and how it shouldn't matter, and at first it seems it doesn't matter, but then it does matter, but then it matters in a way that Chris would never guess. We do have a certain expectation as an audience, because stereotypically, historically speaking, in general, those things don't necessarily go down so well. We really get to feel the situation that he's in. It's a situation that a lot of people are in, but this is taken to like the nth degree of paranoia. And it's a really cool creative way to play on our expectations as an audience. Because sometimes our biases and preconceived notions about other people are completely wrong, and sometimes they're somewhat right, and sometimes they're like really, really wrong, like in this movie. I'm not going to give any spoilers. Jordan Peele really nails that realism, that feeling of when people are trying not to be racist, but they're kind of being racist at the same time. And the more they try not to be racist, the more they actually sound racist. And it's really funny in a satirical, ironic, real kind of way. It's funny because it's true. Catherine Keener is in this movie, and she's really fantastic. I've loved her work ever since Being John Malkovich. And you should definitely check out that movie if you're going to watch this movie. The movie is very appropriate for today's social climate. It really does give you a good perspective of where some people are coming from when they're in certain situations and how they feel, and the divisions between race and social class. And Betty Gabriel actually has a smaller role in this movie as Georgina, but she is pretty standout. There's a really good scene where she's kind of flexing some acting chops. The pacing for the first two acts is drawn out a little bit, but I really, really liked it because the suspense just kept building. In comparison to the first two acts, the third act does feel a little bit rushed, but I guess it sort of has to in order to wrap everything up. So I guess the only drawback is there are a few small unanswered questions throughout. There's a couple weird things that happen earlier in the movie that aren't really explained, but it's super suspenseful and very funny when it has to be. A good takeaway from this movie is that we should put ourselves in other people's situations and try to see the world through their eyes. Because sometimes we have certain ideas about people and certain preconceived notions, sometimes those are wrong. But it's really good to take the time and learn where people are coming from. The cast really does a phenomenal job, and I've got a feeling that Jordan Peele has a long career ahead of him, so I give this movie 4 froze out of 5. This is a really good first outing for Jordan Peele as a writer-director, because that is where this movie shines. Impressive. Most impressive. I actually really liked it. Get out! Well, that's my review. How about you? Are you gonna go see Get Out? Have you seen it already? What's your favorite suspense thriller? Let me know in the comments below. I always go back to Seven and What's in the Box? Silence of the Lambs and Fatal Attraction and Sleeping with the Enemy is a gem, but one of my favorites, and it's kind of a lost one, is Unlawful Entry, starring Madeline Stowe, Ray Liotta, and Kurt Russell. It's actually a really good 90s suspense thriller, so I would recommend that, as well as Get Out. Get out and go see it.
Get out! 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 Get out!
And a shout out to Janella19 and Devin McCreary for getting the correct answer to my secret trivia question in my video 11 Fantastic Facts about The Force Awakens. Hey Joe, aren't those the same 2 people that got the question right last week? Come on people, you gotta step up your trivia, cause they're running away with it. Remember to leave your answer to this week's secret trivia question in the comments so that you can qualify to win in my next big giveaway. And click that info card to participate in this video's poll. Yeah, that's something new. There are a lot of persecuted people in this world that need a place to go because they can't stay where they are, so they go to other countries and they go to places like the United States, and we welcome that. So if you want to support organizations that help those people, I'll leave a link in the description below. Remember to like this video if you like it, share it with your friends, and turn on those notifications. If this is your first time here, subscribe. I'm Aristotle Full Throttle, your bro in the know at the fro, and I'll see you later. Get out!